What is up, guys? This is Chad with Living the Van Life up here in Washington, bringing you a live stream here tonight. Tonight, I figured we'd get together and do a live stream, chat about van life, give you guys the opportunity to ask any and every question you guys want about van life. I'm all yours for the night. Yeah, what's up, everybody? How are things? All yours for the night. Yeah, what's up, everybody? What is up? Let's see, we're just going to turn that off. Where is Anne? When is Anne coming back? Where's your Australian girlfriend? It is like noisy right now in downtown Bellingham. Yeah, Anne in a van. She is over in Australia. She's working hard right now. It is the middle of her workday. All is well with Chad and Anne in a van. So, yeah. Cool to see all you guys showing up here on the live chat. By the way, totally new to this whole like live streaming. I've done one other one outside of this, and so probably next time I'm gonna make a little bit of changes. I know there's some other software and stuff that we can use for live stream, all that good stuff. So that is the goal. Watching from New York City. Oh, sorry, not New York City. Watching from New York. What is up? Yeah, what happened outside? I don't know. There's ambulances and stuff going by. I'm in downtown right now, so watching from Rhode Island. Nomo Screen, what's up? Tracks Off Grid, what's up, dude? Good to hear from you. Dale Bowen, welcome to your living room. That's right. So Dale, this is what live stream's all about. We're just chilling right here in the van. Up to you guys to ask the questions of what's going down. Mike Deal, watched your documentary today. Which one was that? Was that Out of Nothing? That's pretty cool. Glad you enjoyed it. Amanda Baker, how long do you plan to live the van life? You know what? Living the van life right now is treating me good so far. All my resources are focused on getting this current documentary done, and that's the main focus right now. I'm perfectly happy and content living in the van, and so I'm in no hurry to get out of van life. It's good. I enjoy the freedom that it offers. So, Paraguay, what's up, Paraguay? India, what's up? Southern California, Central Washington, Michigan, Texas. More cooking videos. Good call. Yes, you should try to survive a blizzard, but instead maybe a storm. I freaking love storms. Getting into doing any sort of storm chasing, storm watching, I love that. So, unfortunately, summer times in Washington are like pretty tame, and I kind of don't know what to do with myself when it's just like normal weather outside. So, definitely hoping for something extreme. And sorry if I don't get to your guys' question, the feeds go by pretty quick. So bear with me. If I don't answer your question right away, make sure and hit it, just repost it in the comment section. I'll try to get it. So Seattle, Washington. Looks like Dale Bowen's going to be part-timing it. Getting started with the maintenance on the old van. That's cool. Does the Westfalia, let's see, we've got Brandon Raymond. Does the Westfalia have the original engine? How many miles? I see many Westfalias in Maine. My Westfalia does not have the original motor. My Westfalia has a Subaru conversion that I did myself in it. So, Lucas Davenport, question: How to find a VW van at a good price? That is pretty dang hard to do right now. Vanagons, Westphalias, they're going up. They're high in demand, so it's hard to find them at a good price because everybody wants them. Craigslist is probably going to be your best bet. That's I actually get that question quite a bit. Um, when am I going to travel to South America? Actually, for the current documentary film that we've been working on, we've made 2 trips down to uh, Bolivia, down to the Salar de Uyuni, and so that was pretty cool. Nightmare Gaming, what's up? Got a super chat here. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I guess that's what that is. I don't know. What is this? Nightmare Gaming. Whatever. What up? I see you. Let's see. Sorry, guys. These chats are like hauling by super quick. I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. Where am I in Washington? I am in northwestern Washington, about as far northwest as you can get. Chilling here in the van. Let's see. North Carolina in the house. What's up? What's up, Darnell? What's up from Washington? Sun Go Cooking. What's up? What's up to you over there in Philadelphia? Good to see you. If I had to do it over again, would I choose a VW, a larger van, full size, and convert it to livable vehicle? That question comes from Adam Hanna. Adam, I've been able to make do on my own with the Volkswagen Vanagon. Is it the most comfortable or ideal for a lot of things that I like to do? Yes. But I would love to have a Sprinter van. I feel like after living in a Volkswagen Vanagon, that living in a Sprinter van would be like having a penthouse apartment. So someday when living the van life goes big, then we'll definitely be having a Sprinter van. I'm thinking somewhere down the road. Let's see. Da, 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 da. What's the best thing about van life? Nicholas Brazil. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name. Nicholas, what's the best thing about van life? The freedom, the savings. I would definitely say the freedom by far. Um, that's it for me, the most part, because the freedom that it offers me to be able to chase my dreams of um, creating my films, making the documentary films, being able to travel to go do those documentaries. So definitely the freedom at this point. It definitely does offer savings. That is for sure. Because of living in my van, I'm able to have that freedom because I'm not out trying to make a living to pay for a house and be tied down. So I would definitely say freedom. Which Sprinter? The Winnebago. I would probably do a custom Sprinter, not necessarily the Winnebago. I kind of would enjoy something a little more custom to what I need. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to catch these chats, guys, as these chats go by. Steven Rogers, just want to say, chat, I totally love your channel. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Steven Rogers, much appreciation right there. Let's see. How many miles on the Scooby conversion? I think I dropped this particular motor in at 275,000 miles on the chassis, and I just hit 290,000. So what is that? About 15,000, I believe, at this point. Chad, Jason Hartson. Chad, love the winter videos, cruising through BC, Canada. Any thoughts on hitting up Alberta? Yeah, I would definitely love to get up there. And when she was over here from Australia, we jumped in the van again and we headed towards Banff on a very last minute trip. And it was awesome. It was amazing. We did it in the wintertime. It was probably one of the funnest winter adventures for sure. So would definitely love to get up there and do some more of that. Definitely great drive with lots of sightseeing. Let's see. More of these coming through. Tracks off grid. Stoked to hear about the new build and the new truck coming up. Definitely need an overlander. That's what I've tried to do with my van as much as possible, is actually get this thing geared up to be as much overland as possible. Map 1086, has the diesel heater enabled you to stay in your van for all these consecutive days? Yes, absolutely. The diesel heater has been a huge benefit to living in a van. I think it is, let me check my phone right now. Let's see. It has been 249 consecutive nights at this point. And I mean, I haven't used the diesel heater in a couple months because it's finally warmed up here, but it definitely did through the cold winter months allow me to do those winter adventures. Grendel81, what up from Seattle? Keeping an eye on things for you. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. How much did the whole conversion cost to make your van livable? Gosh, you know what? That's hard to put an actual dollar amount. I haven't actually calculated anything out like that. Um, that's hard to say at this point. Not a whole lot. That's the great thing about the Westfalia is it comes all set to go with a lot of the camping gear already needed, and then it's just outfitting it with the accessories and whatnot. Brent in, thanks for the donation there. Really appreciate it. Opinion on high price coolers versus regular marine. Are you referring to um, like ice chest coolers, like refrigerators? Um, I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. To be honest with you, I don't have a ton of experience on that. Eldad has one, which actually used to be Joey's. Jojo, you guys have seen him here on the channel before. And it's an older one, and it's 12 volt or 120 plug-in, and that thing is actually really impressive. It's just one of those old 12 volt coolers, and it works awesome. So, Brent, I hope that's answering your question. Let me know. Oh, look right there on the feed, the chat feed. It's Ann in a van is in the house. What's up, babe? See your message come through here. Definitely wish you were here sitting next to me doing that, doing this live feed with me. That would be cool. Everybody say what up. Everybody is always asking about Ann in a van and where she's at, what she's up to. She's now in the live feed. Stoked to see that. Okay. Trying to answer more questions here. Let's see. Question by Pixel Z Man. Pixel Z Man asking, do I prefer hot or cold? You know what? It's crazy. I have actually just through a process of elimination have just decided that I really enjoy cold weather winter months when it comes to living in a van. I mean, I enjoy going out on nice summer days and going camping up in the woods and out in the wilderness, but I really enjoy wintertime in the van. Dollar Straws, what's up? Thanks for the donation, the $1 donation. Much appreciated. Really appreciate that. It's cool to see those coming through. Peter Weiland, what about some New Zealand trip vids? Yes, and in a van. We keep talking about that all the time, that we need to get over to New Zealand. So that most likely will definitely happen sometime in the future. I would certainly prefer sooner than later. Dollar Straws, see another comment from you. sick van, Chad. My mom just bought an 87 Riviera. It pops straight up. It's sick. Yes, those are cool vans. Those are old school. Those have like some cool nostalgia to them. Yes, there's Ann in a van again. Hey guys, love that I have the opportunity to be a part of this. Super stoked. What's up, Colin? Colin Dalvitt. He's in the house on a live stream here. Colin is one of the producers of our Rockets and Titans film. Huge part of making this story happen. I did a wheelie by him on the motorcycle the other day. That's why he's asking. Tracks off grid. And glad your boyfriend is back putting up his videos. Definitely stoked to be back in the game. Steve King, Chad, what's your gas mileage out on the open road? You know what? This big old tired Vanagon with an EJ22 Subaru with way oversized all-terrain tires gets about 13 to 14 miles to the gallon. I don't know. Actually, out on the open road, it might be more like 16 to 17 if I'm lucky. Vegas Dave TV, what's up? He says, "What's up, Chad? What's up, Vegas Dave TV? Good to see you. Always stoked to see your comments on the videos." Peter Weiland, where's Eldad? Eldad, where are you, Eldad? I bet you anything, Eldad's actually probably listening right now. He likes to tune into these. He's probably at home with his family, doing some family stuff with the wife and kid. Let's see. Sorry, guys. If I don't actually hit your question, make sure and repost them until I get to them because these things are just like flowing through like crazy. Tracks off grid, open invitation to Kentucky for me and Ann. Definitely would love to show Ann that side of the country. I want to see that side of the country myself. And if Ann can join me for that, that'd be super, super awesome. Let's see. Nicholas, super excited, or I'm excited for the video you're coming out with. What's the ETA? The film looks awesome. Nicholas is referring to the Rockets and Titans film, which is the feature-length documentary that we have been in production for. That's actually what brought me over to Ann, and I met Ann on one of the trips to Australia, filming for Rockets and Titans. We're currently in post-production on the film, and we're working hard on the editing every single day. That's why I went MIA from the channel, was having to focus on the post-production of the Rockets and Titans film. So we've got a ways to go in post-production, but we did just release a 60-second teaser, which was actually the first any bit of video content that we've released to the public from the project. And if you guys are interested in checking that out, go to YouTube, the Rockets and Titans YouTube channel. Also on Instagram, it's at Rockets and Titans, as well on Facebook as well, Rockets and Titans. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to other than van life. Okay, sorry, catching up with some more here. Yes, Fat Panda, Ann in a van. Where is your van life content? It's all happening right here until I get over there. But yeah, I swear, Ann in a van has definitely taken over the channel in a good way. I told her before she even made an appearance on the channel that she was going to steal the show, and she laughed at me, but it's totally true. She definitely rules the show. She's pretty popular on here, and rightfully so. Leonard Berry, how do you get mail? Yes, I did see your comment about that earlier. And how do I get mail? So I'm just living van life currently in my hometown. So I just have my mail forwarded to a friend's or family address, and that's how I collect my mail. If I were out on the road, sorry, that would probably be something totally different. But currently, while I live here in town, in the van, then I just do it to friends and family. Let's see. Tracks off grid. So when are the wallets coming out? Honestly, the wallets are totally 100% waiting on me. I wanted to kind of do something strategic with the wallets. I didn't want to come right back into van life game and just start dropping videos about, hey, buy these wallets, buy these wallets. Um, so that is waiting for me to actually go out and create some content um, for that. So I definitely need to do that. They are super cool. Many of you guys, I'm actually surprised how familiar you guys are with Travax. And Travax has come on board to sponsor the Living the Van Life channel. And we did some video content with them. And eventually, we'll be doing some cool custom Living the Van Life wallets. This is one right now. It's probably pretty hard to see, but super cool, like minimalistic wallets. Going to be doing some more with that. You guys should definitely go over there and check out their website. Some cool stuff they do there. And it fits in great with van life because they're all about just being simple, minimalistic, and that's perfect for van life. So definitely a huge supporter of the folks over at Travex. They're cool. I love their story. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Reading these comments. It's hot up here in Washington. Yeah, it has been getting warm up here. That's from Travis. Right now in Bellingham, it's not too bad. It was actually pretty cold today. Also, where do you get a hat like yours in Eldod's? This hat right here is like worn out. I've been wearing this. This hat has like made an appearance in every van life video in like the last 15 to 20 videos. American West. This was actually a clothing company that Eldad and his wife had started, and we're selling American West stuff. So I've worn the heck out of this hat for quite some time. I don't know. Actually, there's a possibility. I'll check and see tracks off grid. I might have a couple hats available. I'll have to get with Eldad and check it out. Peter Weiland. I want that wallet. Yeah, actually, if you go to Travax, Travax Enterprises, I don't know. Actually, if you just Google Travax wallets, that should come up for you. This is the Ascent wallet, and actually, I've got a coupon code. If you put in coupon code VanLife, all one word, then you should get 10% off of that wallet purchase. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. Mr. Crowley, who is Eldad? Eldad is my business partner with the media company that we own together. Been my best friend for a whole bunch of years since we met, started riding mountain bikes, and we're always on the road doing road trips, out doing van trips. We travel all over the place doing our film work. South America, Europe, Australia, all that good stuff. And he's been here on the channel a whole bunch of times. So, Mr. Crowley, that's who Eldad is. Let's see here. Map 1086. Do you get compensated by how many views your videos get, or by how many commercials are viewed while your videos play? I've heard you don't get paid if we skip the commercials. That's a good question. There's not a whole lot of detailed information of exactly how and when you get paid, but it is based on views. It is all based off of ad revenue. There's not a set specific formula of every second of ad watched, you get paid X amount. So it's a little bit interesting. I've heard that different channels are different. Different videos are definitely different prices. So as much research as I've tried to do to figure out exactly how much you get paid per view, there's not a set formula. But actually, like on average, it's about $5 per 1,000 views on videos. So that's about how much money that my channel's making right now. So, but Speedy28, bro, love your videos. Keep it up. Thanks, Speedy28. Much appreciated. That's awesome. Sunny Utopian Soul, do you still keep in touch with Chris? The two of you were the first van channels I watched. He's referring to Chris Pinn, which currently is running the Off Grid Schoolie YouTube channel, and also Tiny Home Tours YouTube channel. And yes, actually, I still do keep in touch with Chris. In fact, Chris and I just did a podcast style video for his channel at the Off Grid Schoolie, and we hung out for like half an hour, 45 minutes, just talking van life. So definitely do. I actually went out and filmed one of his tiny home tours videos on tree houses up here in Washington, so that was cool. Have you been or have plans to go up Canyon Creek Road since it's opened up now? Hello from Ferndale. Tim Morrow, what's up? Bellingham to Ferndale. We're like neighbors. You're just like 10 minutes up the road. Canyon Creek Road. Gosh, let's see. You're talking about like up to Canyon Lake. If that, I think there's a couple different Canyon Creeks. There's one up by Glacier. There's also one up by Mosquito Lake Road, which both have been closed down. But I bet you're probably referring to the one past Glacier. And yeah, it'd be cool to go up there and check it out. It's been years and years and years since I've been up there. Let's see here. Have to check out Off Grid Schoolie tracks. Off Grid, definitely check out Chris over at Off Grid Schoolie. Truth be told, Chris was one of 2 or 3 guys that I found on YouTube doing anything about living in a van back in 2011 when I started living in my van. And Chris was one of the ones that inspired me and showed me that it was actually possible to do it. So Chris Penn is a cool dude. Curtis Carpenter, hey dude, like your channel. Thanks, Curtis, for stopping by and saying what up. Pixel Z-Man, what are the necessities for starting a van life? Well, first off, definitely need a van, or not even just a van, but really any sort of vehicle that you could possibly find find a way to live in. Vans are awesome because of the space. Next up, you need to figure out how to minimize your life. Get rid of stuff. It's hard to explain over a live chat exactly what ends up being the necessities, but you need a power source. You're going to need to figure out where you want to do your showering, stuff like that. Use the bathroom, which that's the age-old question. How do you do it? Really, you just adapt and overcome to it. But really, the necessity is figuring out how to minimize your life enough to be able to survive out of a small space like this. And that's the thing. It's not like I'm in my van 15, 16 hours a day. Like I'm out of my van. My van is essentially just a place to sleep and a form of transportation. So, Jacob Janosik, any plans to make more videos of behind the scenes of how to record, edit, etc.? I would love to do more stuff like that. I've kind of learned to try and keep the van channel all about van content and keep it on subject. It'd be cool to have a whole nother channel about it, but it's amazing how much of a full-time job is just running a van life channel that I couldn't imagine taking on a whole nother channel of doing photography, editing, filming, all that stuff. I'd love to. Van life is like a huge full-time undertaking as it is. Peter Weiland, I need to tell you that you look like Limp Bizkit singer. Just kidding. Yeah. Fred Durst. And for some reason, I don't see it. Evidently, everybody else does. But the dude from Walking Dead, blanking his name right now. But Daryl from Walking Dead, everybody. If I had a penny for every time somebody has said that, I would be able to just retire rich. Do you still have a huge amount of stuff in storage? Map 1086. I have nothing in storage. Well, I don't have a storage unit. When I first moved into my storage, I'm sorry, when I first moved into my van, I thought I was going to need a storage unit. So I had a 10 by 20 storage unit, and I thought I would be there every single day to get stuff out of my storage unit because you need all that stuff, right? Well, after about 2 years of hardly touching that storage unit, I said, screw it. I'm getting rid of it. So I got rid of the storage unit a while ago. Pretty much anything that I have outside of my van is a small Tupperware box that's actually stored in Eldad's basement underneath his house in his crawl space, actually. But it's a Tupperware bin, and it's like just a few odds and ends that I store there. So, okay. Sorry, I'm going to try and catch up with some of these here. How much horsepower do I have in the van? I think the EJ22 motors are like 140 horsepower, 145 horsepower, which the stock motors are about 90 horsepower. So Subaru is a good upgrade. VW Girl, how do you power all your electrical needs? I've got an auxiliary battery system set up in my cabinet, and it is actually an Energy Solar brand, and it's the Kodiak model, and it's got a built-in battery, a built-in inverter, it's got a built-in solar charger. It's all one battery unit, and I have it installed underneath my cabinet, and I've got it wired into my auxiliary system that's in the back of the van here. So that's how I power all my electrical needs. I'm going to be filming more Blizzard videos this winter. Love those. That was from Future Shocker 16. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. More winter time videos, definitely. Those were like the biggest hit. Those were the biggest hit this year. And quite honestly, that's how I survived through the winter, was literally making Blizzard videos here on YouTube. So I'm actually like, I don't know what to do with myself when the when the weather's nice and summertime. Like, it's a little bit tougher to come up with like riveting van life video ideas. The Blizzards, those are fun. Mr. Crowley, yes, Chad was the lead singer for Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst was actually, but evidently I look like Fred Durst. It's like the beard, the hat. Um, okay, let's see, catching up on these. Brent in the winter vids are great. Thanks, dude. Map 1086, everyone likes the Blizzard video. I see that. Actually, my first ever video over 1 million views was the Blizzard video. It's at like 1.2, almost 1.3 million views. My next closest video to a million is snow camping in a van, and that one's at like 700 and, well, almost 800,000 views. So definitely the winter videos are huge. Pixel Z-Man, try storm videos, maybe how to survive a minor desert in a minor desert. Yes, definitely. I've found that anything surviving is definitely a huge hit. Let's see. Travis Ross, lag. Yeah, I can imagine there's probably lag. It's kind of just inherent. I do want to try some other options for streaming before I do the next video. Tracks off grid. Good thing you have the Happy Buy. Yes, the Happy Buy Chinese diesel heater. That thing has been awesome. And so far, so good. That thing is still trucking along. Luckily, I haven't been needing to use it here lately. It's been plenty warm up here. Indie Outsider, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you for the comments on the videos today. Definitely saw your name pop up there. Nicholas, have you ever wanted to do an Alaska video? Yeah. The crazy thing is, I think I'd want to do Alaska in the wintertime. It looks way more fun to be up there. Well, maybe not fun, but more extreme to be up there in the wintertime, which I think would make great video content. So that'd be cool to do one. Zach C, what up, Chad, from the 206? What's up from the 360 to the 206? Good seeing you on here. Christian, hey Chad, can you do van life right after high school? Yes, absolutely you can. In fact, I would highly recommend to do it as early as possible because the amount of life lessons that you can get out of living in a van, it teaches you how to live minimally. It teaches you that you don't need stuff. And it teaches you freedom of getting out and traveling and trying new experiences. And it opens up so many options for you to try something that you would never have tried. In fact, the very first documentary that we filmed and created really was a product of living in my van because I didn't have anything else tying me down. It opened up the opportunity and the freedom for me to be able to do that. And a van, my vote, more Oz videos. Yes, 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 yes. There's actually a really great YouTube channel that I've discovered. It's a younger couple that have a Toyota Land Cruiser Troopy. Their YouTube channel is We Will Roam, and they create amazingly awesome content of out living and traveling in their Troopy camper all across Australia. And they're amazing filmmakers, and the content on YouTube is extraordinary. So those videos like really have me wanting to go create van life content with Anne in a van over in Australia. I honestly think any of that could be like huge like opportunities for van life. Like it could totally turn into a full-time thing. That's mainly because Anne in a van would be involved, and then everybody would watch. She'd she would definitely make that happen. Gary J, will you collab with Dave 2D? Dave 2D is freaking awesome. It would be awesome to collab with him. It'd be cool to like get in the same area as him and get together and actually do some like videos together on camera. Uh, I'm a fan of his channel. He's commented quite a few times on stuff of mine, and yeah, it'd be cool to do a collab with Dave 2D. He's a freaking riot. Have you had anything go wrong or bad experiences with the winter videos? Uh, Fingers crossed, no. Anne in a van, when we went to Banff, well, we were headed to Banff. We ended up in Golden, British Columbia. That was probably the most extreme, probably like the most nervous I was driving on that highway. If you guys haven't checked out that video, check it out. It's surviving a winter storm with Anne in a van. It's here on the channel. I think that video has a picture of her hanging out the window of the van. If you guys check out that video, driving that highway that night was probably the most nervous that I was. And that was pretty much her first experience in snow ever. And we took her right to the lion's den on that one. And she champed it. She stayed calm. I tried to hide my nervousness in that, but yeah, that was a fun one. So other than that, not a whole lot. Had pretty good experiences. Here comes a train. It's going to get noisy here for a second. Close the window here. It'll be a little better. Yeah, Tracks Off Grid. That was one of the best videos. Map 1086. That's the best video. and in a van. That was a super fun adventure. Yes, it definitely was. That was a lot of fun for sure. Yes, Travis Ross, Choo Choo. I am like parked in downtown Bellingham, and I'm right over the top of the tracks, and that van comes through. I try to avoid urban stealth camping anywhere in this area because of that train. Sofian, all of the best from Belgium and Morocco. Love the vids, bro. That is awesome to hear from you all the way across the world. I love hearing all the different places that people actually watch the Living the Van Life videos. That's awesome. Ann in a van says, you champed it, babe. Knew I was in safe hands. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If having you champ it right next to me, that's what made it possible. That was definitely a fun adventure. Future Shocker 16. What's your favorite video on my channel? Oh man, that's hard. That's a tough one. I would say because there's all sorts of different videos. There's the install videos, there's the adventure videos, there's the of course I love the Anna in the van videos because she was there to make them with me. Um, Probably as far as just like vibe and just like production, I would say probably the backcountry winter camping in a van, where Eldot and I went and hit the backcountry up in Canada. It was, well, probably now it's like 4 or 5 videos ago. But as far as just like production and being able to like cinematically show you guys the adventure, that one was probably my favorite. Um, so yeah, as far as like extreme videos, winter videos, like those are fun too. Um, let's see. Tim Morrow, what kind of music do I listen to in or out of the van? Gosh, you know what? I'm kind of a fan of all different kinds of music. I don't really stick to any one like straight line of music. I like electronic music. I like gangster rap music. I love country. I love folk music. Kind of whatever's hitting the vibe. Odessa. Odessa is like pretty chill. I like Flume is pretty good. Like I said, country, old school. I've definitely been stoked on Sturgill Simpson. He's like a newer country singer, but he's got like 70s, straight up 70s and early 80s like country vibe, which is cool. So I like that stuff. Let's see. Tracks off grid. The latest ones on the tires were awesome. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Those were fun to do. Map 1086. Do you ever just cook some plain hamburgers in the van, or is it only fajitas? You know what? It's funny. I don't know. There's something about the fajitas. Like I can get the veggie intake, and they're like super simple. But yeah, burgers, that'd be easy. Actually worked on filming a video last night where cooked up some steaks on the grill. I don't know how that'll turn out, but Map 1086 grunge. No, I don't listen to much grunge. I did probably when I was younger, when I was like riding and racing motocross. Then definitely Zach C. Odessa holding it down for Bellingham. That is right. Absolutely right on Odessa. They are a local band. And I didn't actually realize that. I'd been listening to them for a year, or for years, and didn't even realize they were from Bellingham. So that's some more light in here. Lucas Davenport, you want to see more about Bellingham? You lived there for a year, summertime by the lake, hidden waterfalls, Chuckanut Drive, and it was a good time in my life. Yeah, definitely this time of year is the way to be doing Bellingham. Bellingham's super chill. Love chilling out at Bayou on Bay. It's a good outdoor restaurant. Sit out there and have mojitos, either that or jalapenos, do some big mamas. Tim Morrow, he probably knows what I'm talking about. He's just up the road in Ferndale. Let's see. Nicholas, what do you do for fun in the van? TV on the phone, computer, video games, people watching. That's a good question. I love the road trip in the van. That's what I love to do for fun in the van. Usually, if I'm like, usually I'm either editing on Rockets and Titans, and if it's not Rockets and Titans, then I'm over here at the Emanate Films office, and I'm editing van life videos or working on Emanate film stuff. And I usually work until late at night. So usually by the time I'm getting in the van, it's like straight to bed, fall asleep. If I do have a little bit of like time where I can't fall asleep, then I like to throw on some HBO on the phone and watch some like Entourage. Or if it's not like Entourage, I love that show because it's all about like movie life and filmmaking and stuff. Otherwise, I'm like watching stuff on YouTube, other van life videos, studying what other people are doing with van life videos, stuff like that. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up with more of these here. Travis Ross, how hot does it get here? Well, right now it's 74 degrees outside. No, actually, it's 67 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Um, in the summertime, at the absolute hottest, it might get 95 for a day or two. That's the absolute hottest, but it's pretty average, like 75 degrees for most of the summer. Peter Weiland, I hope to see you in Paraguay, bro. I want to show you my 83 Westie. That would be awesome. I would love to get to Paraguay. We were close. We were in Bolivia, and we're close down there. But I would love to take the van and do a road trip. That's one thing I've been telling Ann in a van, that sometime in the future we need to be doing a van life mega trip to South America, all the way to the tip and back. And I'm blown away by the little bit of terrain and territory that I've seen down there in South America, and it looks like the ultimate. So definitely, Peter, would love to get down there and check that spot out. I'll have to look you out when we do that. Let's see. Yeah, tracks off grid and Urbana. I see you guys are like chatting back and forth there, planning a trip. Perfect. Ellie Lahman, what is up? Lamon, sorry, Ellie Lamon. That's Andy's cousin. Andy is one of the producers on the Rockets and Titans film, and his cousin is a follower of the channel. Cool to see you there. Shout out to you. This time I did notice your comment, so you can't throw me under the bus on this on the next one. Let's see. Christian, are there any financial struggles while living the van life as someone who doesn't do YouTube? Well, I mean, everything costs. Nothing is free. Are your living costs reduced? Yes, they definitely are reduced. You still need to have some sort of income. My purpose of living in a van right now is to be able to focus my resources so I can work full time on the film. We're not getting paid to work on the film right now, so it allows me that freedom to work on the film without having to tie myself down with a full-time income. But whether you're living in the van life or not, you definitely need some income. So should definitely still have a job. Financial struggles, I mean, really, you gotta, pay for fuel. Depends if you're, out road tripping. A lot of people live the van life so that they can road trip and travel. And I mean, if you're just road tripping full time for van life, I mean, fuel costs could add up quite significantly. But for me, I'm living in the van around town right now, so my fuel costs aren't extreme. But you've got regular maintenance and stuff like that. So if you're going to invest and purchase a van, then of course you've got a financial struggle that you got to figure out how to pay for your vehicle, which ends up becoming your house. But if you figure what a mortgage payment is versus a car payment, then you're saving yourself some money there. So let's see. Tim Morrow should do a meetup sometime. I'm a southern rock country band called Southbound. If you see us playing somewhere, stop in. I'll buy you a beer. Cool, Tim. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That sounds like it'd be pretty cool. If you guys are in Ferndale, I'm sure you probably play at the Main Street, I'd imagine. Pixel Z-Man, how would you celebrate 4th of July? I'm actually going to go hang out with my parents tomorrow. We're going to go up to a parade. My oldest son, Jaden, he's going to be joining us with that. And so, yeah, it's going to be a family day tomorrow on 4th of July. Dale Bowen, have you spent any time in the Midwest? A Lewis and Clark type trip would be interesting. I haven't been to the Midwest. I haven't driven to the Midwest. I've flown to, gosh, where have I been in the Midwest? Really, like South Dakota is probably the closest to the Midwest. I'm not sure if that's actually considered Midwest, but so no, I haven't, to answer your question, but it would be cool to do something like that. Let's see. Catching up with. Oh, there's Jenny. I see Ann's talking. Hey, Jenny. What's up, Jenny? Good to see you. Um, Good to see you guys here. Ciao from Florence, Italy, and my van. Yes, Tarragon 84 from Florence, Italy. Stoked that you're on board here on the live chat. Tracks off grid. Planning my vacation. That's perfect. Somebody's got to do it. I can't seem to be able to do it myself. Ann and the van's all over the top of that for sure. Let's see. Can't get Heritage BSB down here. Need you to ship some down. Heritage brown sugar bourbon. That is like some good stuff. Ooh, actually, I actually did set myself aside some Pendleton whiskey so that I could pour an adult beverage and enjoy some whiskey for you guys. And I haven't done that yet. Probably should do that right now. Brown sugar bourbon, that's some good stuff. And by the way, did you know that you're not actually able to ship liquor? They will catch it and they'll stop it and they'll send it back to you. Tracks Off Grid, who's over here in the live chat going back and forth with Ann and Van about planning a vacation. Anyways, he lives in Kentucky, and he was going to send us a nice package of some Kentucky bourbon for us to enjoy up here in the Pacific Northwest. He shipped it off, and it actually got returned to him because you can't ship liquor through the mail because of state regulations and stuff. So, guys, here's some Pendleton. Cheers to you guys. Thanks for joining me here on the live chat. And I'm sorry if I'm not answering all of your questions. Map 1086, do you ever just eat McDonald's or is it always healthy food? I tell you what, McDonald's has become a very minimal food or meal, that is for sure. I try to eat as healthy as possible. Been spending a lot of time going to the gym. Every once in a while, if it's late or on a road trip and we have no other option, then we'll swing into into McDonald's and grab a burger. But cheers. Zach C says, cheers, brother. Tracks Off Grid. By the way, Chad, I got your box back. I sent to you. Yes, I remember we actually had that conversation over text message. And I appreciate the effort. Was definitely looking forward to. That just means that we'll have to meet up in person and drink that whiskey together. So, let's see. Fernie, where's the sketchiest place you've ever stayed at? That's a good question. I've never come across any type of situations where it's actually become sketchy. Probably in and around downtown Seattle area. I would consider that maybe the sketchiest area, but like I said, I never ran into anything actually sketchy. So I don't really have any crazy stories of stuff like that. I've actually been pretty lucky. And most of the time, if I'm urban stealth camping anywhere, I hide right in plain sight. I don't try to hide in a dark alley or in the trees anywhere. I just park on the street. I figure that's pretty safe. Let's see. Christian, I think it's really cool that you interact so much with your audience. I really respect you and your way of life, man. Christian, I really appreciate that. That is one thing that I really try to do on the videos is try to respond to every comment and at least acknowledge the subscribers and really try to give back to you guys in that way. Make you guys feel a part of the channel. So I appreciate that that you guys actually appreciate that as well. And thank you so much for the good words, Christian. Really appreciate it. Stoked that you guys are part of the channel and be able to bring some inspiration and motivation to you guys. Lucia Mulvey, sorry if I mispronounced your last name. Why no Eurovan love? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything against the Eurovans. Kind of the Vanagons were the cheap way to get into any sort of Volkswagen van back in the day. The Eurovans were quite expensive. So that's why I didn't get into a Eurovan in the beginning, and I ended up at the Vanagon. But the Vanagon is probably opposite now. It's probably more expensive in a Vanagon than it is a Eurovans. Um, so nothing against them for sure. Bob Clooney, nice to see you from Japan. I'm a Subarist. How do you feel about your Boxer engine with the van? In Japan, seems all the Subarus is a little sticky guy because of its unique engine layout. Um, Gosh, it's been a great fit into the Vanagon. I definitely don't have any complaints. I'm running a 2.2 liter, the EJ22, a 2.2 liter in the van right now. At one point, I did have a 2.5 liter, and I do miss the 2.5 power. So, other than that, it seems good. In my 2.5, it was out of a 2000 2.5 RS, and I had a lot of problems with rod knock. In fact, that engine came in and out of my van 5 times before I gave up that platform and went with the EJ22. So, other than that, I mean, I feel like it's better than the Vanagon motor. But it's like with any motor, you just got to maintain it. Nicholas, do you work 24/7 with YouTube and your film, or do you take off to travel? The snow videos were awesome. Nicholas, right now, the main entire focus is to get this Rockets and Titans film completed. That is like a number one. It's kind of a big like anchor around my ankle right now as far as being able to get out. We have literally sacrificed everything for this film. Everything's riding on the line, and so it's the major push to get it done. We've been working on this film for the last 2 years, shooting and producing it, and now we're in post production. So we got to push this thing across the finish line. So right now, it seems like I work 24/7 with YouTube and the film. Yes, very much. But I do love to travel, and that is the goal once the film is done to start focusing more on YouTube, which being able to focus 100% on YouTube and the van channel will allow me to go out and film and actually document all those travel stories. So, yes, that is the goal. Right now, it's 24/7 because we're trying to get this film done. Sebastian, do you use any lithium batteries to power TVs, computers, lights, and stereos? I was thinking of getting a Yeti with over 600 watt hours. Um, yes, the battery system that I currently have in my van right now is an Energy Solar brand, and it's the Kodiak model. It's similar to the Yeti, same idea. Um, so that's what I use right now. Same thing. I don't actually power TVs. My computer is currently being powered off of that right now. My lights, my 12-volt system, everything is powered off of that right now. So, yes. Hey, Anna Devan says she's signing out from Oz, back to work. So glad that you got to join in on the feed here. Super stoked on that. You got to chat with everybody because everybody loves hearing from Anna Devan. Love you loads. Enjoy your day at work. I'll be chatting with you later on this evening. Fernie, do you plan on living the van life for many more years to come, or do you plan to settle after a while? You know what? I am absolutely perfectly content with van life right now. And I think probably the next step for me would be investing into perhaps a bigger van, perhaps a Sprinter van, and be able to join up with Ann in the van and continue adventures like this and take everything that we've learned from van life and make a life out of it. I think there's potential with the Living the Van Life YouTube channel and making that a full-time thing, especially with the way it's gone lately. So I think settling for now, the next step would be a bigger van. But right now, I'm super content with it, and it's serving the purpose right now. So I can't really say a time on how much longer I'll do it. Let's see. Trip, are you an American West brand ambassador? If not, they need to be hooking you up. Well, Trip, Yes, I am an American West brand ambassador. Actually, my business partner, Eldad, who's business partners with me in Emanate Films, him and his wife actually started and own this company, American West. So, yeah, of course, I'm a brand ambassador for those guys. Map 1086, what kind of sound system do you have? I see the speakers on the bench seat. What about speakers above? Do they work? Yeah, you can see, I think you're looking at over here or over here. Those speakers up top, they work. I've got Pioneer 6x9s in the bench seat down below. Those are all hooked up to my head unit. So when I'm driving, those are the speakers that are working. It's nothing special at all. As far as when I'm just parked and chilling, I've got a Bluetooth Sony speaker that is attached here to the countertop. And that is, here, I'll show you right here. This is the Sony Bluetooth speaker system. It's Velcroed right here to the top so that it doesn't fumble around. But this is what I use when I'm just chilling in the van, parked somewhere. That way I can turn my key off up top and it saves all my battery power for the van. Travis Ross, would you do a 50-state road trip similar to I Am Jake? Absolutely, yes. I would love to check off all 50 states. That would be phenomenal. That would be a very great YouTube series that would keep the channel very busy for a long time. And I think that would be amazing. So sometime down the road, it'd be awesome to join Ann in a van and go do that together. That'd be pretty dang cool. Jason Dunlap, found your channel this winter and I really like watching. I look forward to each post. Keep living the dream. Buenos noches from New Mexico. Jason Dunlap, super stoked to hear that, especially from New Mexico. New Mexico is actually where I was born, in south central New Mexico, Las Cruces to be exact. And thank you for the kind words on the channel. Stoked to have you on board. Definitely like the winter videos as well. Let's see. Tanner Downey, if you could change one thing about your van, what would it be? I wish that my drivetrain was more reliable. I've got the Subaru motor in it, and it's not horrible. I wish I had a little bit more power. I wish the transmission was a little bit stronger. That's kind of my weak point right now. So I would like to change that. If I were to do everything all over again, or if I would ever upgrade my van, I would like to do a 4x4 Sprinter van. I think after learning to live in a Volkswagen van again, I think that living in a Sprinter van would be like living in a penthouse apartment. And that's kind of my dream van. And I would choose 4x4 because everything that I like to do, even in my two-wheel drive van again, is everything like off-road, backcountry, trail-based, and I would love to have a 4x4 chassis. So hopefully that answers your question. Andrew Parsons, thank you for the $2 donations. I really appreciate that. That's totally awesome that you guys do that. Andrew Parsons says, I lived in a 91 Vanagon and drove a 99 2.5 RS. Hey, there you go. We got that totally in common. That's pretty cool. What's even better is when you got a 2.5 RS motor and a 99 Vanagon. Then you got like the best of both worlds. And I think that's cool that you lived in it. That's pretty dang cool. Thanks again for the $2 donation. And thanks for being part of the live feed here. Let's see. There was another longer question. Jonathan Southwood, do you run solar in conjunction with your battery bank? If not, how are you recharging it? Are you currently running an electric fridge of any variety? That's a very good question. And hopefully, if I can weed through the stuff, that is one of the videos that I want to do. My Energy Solar Kodiak is perfectly set up for being able to accommodate a solar system. I currently don't have any solar panels set up. Right now, I use minimal 12-volt power inside the van. I do not run an electric fridge. I would love to, but I don't right now. So recharging is just done by driving around the town. driving around, and it charges off the alternator, which has been plenty. Now I did start running into like some issues and not being able to charge fast enough when I was running the diesel heater all the time. So I would like to have a bigger battery bank for that. But and down the road, I would love to have a 12 volt power. I'm sorry, a 12 volt refrigerator on board. Let's see. Bobby, do you have a house? Yes, this is my house. You're looking at it. I'm in it. It's a 1991 Volkswagen Vanagon. Well, it's not a house. It's my home. I do not have a house. I am houseless, which doesn't mean that you're homeless, because this is my home. CSK Vines, Chad, when will your new video coming? Video is coming. We are all waiting. Love from India. CSK Vines, thank you much from India. Really appreciate it. I did upload a video yesterday. I uploaded a video today. As far as next video, that's a good question. That will probably be coming up here hopefully next week sometime. I definitely want to start posting stuff, keep up with the schedule of once a week. Eventually, I'd like to get to twice a week posts and anything that I can in between. Chris 1. Hi, Chad. Sorry, overslept. 4 a.m. here in the UK. Chris 1, you're the man. Really appreciate it. Always enjoy seeing your comments here. And hello to you over in the UK. Much appreciated. Pixel Z-Man, how do you clean your van? Gosh, inside or out? Inside, I use Clorox wipes, bleach wipes to wipe down the counters. I've got a little whisk broom that I keep in the cabinets underneath that I just like continually keep the floors clean. On the outside, I use the car wash, stuff like that. Do you have a PS4 in the van? That's from Fernie. No, I don't have a PS4 in the van, unfortunately. I have no time to play video games. I had a PS4 for the kids, and I gave the PS4 to the kids. They took it home with them, so I've just got no time. Jenny Park, thank you so much for the not one, but two 99-cent donations. Thank you much. Shout out to you. Bobby, love your house, by the way. Thanks, man. And my cooking skills. Oh man, I have no idea about cooking. I just wing it and make it look good on film. That's what editing's all about. Jonathan Southwood, cool. Thank you for being so open about your setup over the years. It has been very, very helpful to me. That's awesome, Jonathan. I really appreciate those kind words. It means a lot to be able to share this with you guys, and mostly it means a lot the fact that it actually means something to you guys and that it helps you guys. That's really the whole point of it. The whole reason that I started making these videos and started the channel was because YouTube is what got me into this, and so I wanted to create a channel and give back to you guys everything that I've learned from the experience. So stoked to hear from you guys saying stuff like that. Chris 1, you would never have had such a great story with a Sprinter van. Vanagons maketh the man. That's right. That is true. Definitely wouldn't be nearly as like the adventurous stories and the memories. I honestly, even if I got a Sprinter van, I don't think I could bring myself to sell this van. This 1991 Volkswagen Westfalia is like literally priceless to me. I couldn't sell it. I don't think I could. I would have to like hang it up on a wall somewhere as a trophy. The way this thing has changed my life, I couldn't send it down the road. That's for sure. Tracks off grid. Chad, I'm out. Have to be up at 4 a.m. I will shoot you a text tomorrow. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for being part of the chat tonight. Peace out, man. Keep on trucking. Southbound J. Enjoy the channel. Keep living the dream. Ran across your channel a while back. From Texas, but in Iowa. You're a trucker. Awesome. Southbound J. Thanks for being part of the channel, man. Really appreciate that. Let's see. Plans down. Love living the van life. Don't ever stop. How do you donate? Gosh, well, donate. Actually, in the description below my videos, I do offer a link to Patreon. I haven't actually made a video talking about Patreon. I'm a little bit hesitant on that subject. I'm not sure how to handle that with my subscribers yet. But I do provide a link for it. It's in the description below my videos, as well as a PayPal link. I've had lots of people request to send me donations through PayPal. In fact, even right now in this chat, in fact, some of these chats that you see come through, they're highlighted. In fact, Sunny Utopian Soul just donated 99 cents. Thank you to that. That all is a donation money, and I'm like hugely appreciative of that. So several different ways, and I really appreciate that stuff. Sunny Utopian Soul, again, thank you for the 99-cent donation. Really appreciate that. That's awesome. Oh, not one, but two. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. Do you think you can run a mini LED projector off the Kodiak and watch movies on a projector screen? This is what I want to do with my rig. Sebastian, yes, absolutely. You totally could. Sorry, run a LED projector off the Kodiak. Most definitely. Is van life a style of beard? Leonard. Yeah, probably this beard right here is like living the film life, living the van life, living the like just go nonstop, and then you can't like take the time to trim it. That's this beard style. um, Trip says a sprinter might not look as cool as a hippie tank sliding a snowy corner. Amen to that. Amen to that. That is true. You would have a hard time stealth camping in a sprinter van. They stick out. Yeah, they do. That's one thing on the West Coast. Up here in the Northwest is like sprinter vans are everywhere, and so it's not uncommon, and maybe it's different in different parts of the country. But as far as up here, you can drive across town, and there's sprinter vans, there's camper vans parked everywhere, and it's pretty chill. So I wouldn't hesitate. Stealth camping in a sprinter van, I would definitely do it. Don't get a sprinter van, you will miss your Westie. I know, definitely would. Pixel Z Man, hope you have a great year. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it. Milan, love from Nepal, Chad. Will you do any international van trips in the future across Asia? I would love to do something like that. That would be really phenomenal. Chris One says, and you never told us all Vanagons are little madams, but we still love them. Let's see, guys. I'm gonna have to start winding this thing down for the night too. Just wow, Sebastian, phenomenal, man. Like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sebastian just dropped a $20 donation super chat here. That's freaking cool. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That all helps so much. That's cool. Really appreciate that. VW girl, do you worry about rust, especially snow camping? You know what? I don't. My van doesn't have any rust issues. If I was developing like cancerous rust, then I'd probably worry about it. But my van has actually been pretty dang good when it comes to rust. So I haven't actually had much fear for that. So, oh no, not the beard thing. Bring back having a beer with Chad format. Yes, having a beer with Chad. That's kind of like what we're doing here tonight. It's having a beer with Chad. We're talking van life. Pixel Z Man says, "Oh, I don't want you to leave." Oh man, it's crazy doing these live chats. It's like nonstop, like talk, 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 keeping up with it. Need more whiskey to moisten the throat. Zachary, any suggestions for someone living in a van that just moved to Seattle? Living in a van in Seattle, definitely figure out your urban stealth camping. I've got several videos about urban stealth camping. Hopefully, you can find some help in those. Honestly, my biggest theory when it comes to stealth camping is to hide right in the wide open. I don't really believe in trying to find a dark alley or hide in the bushes. I park on any street that's like capable. I like to have tinted windows, and it's not so that people can see in, but it's really for when I have my curtains closed, people can't actually see the curtains drawn. So that's kind of like one of my big methods of stealth camping and tinted windows. But try to remain inconspicuous, whatever you can do not to draw attention to yourself. There is a whole long subject about stealth camping, but that would be my suggestion. Let's see. Bob Bobby, I just got to say, I dig your style of living, and you really inspired me to want to save money to buy a home van myself. Keep doing what you do. Bob Bobby, I really appreciate that. I really hope that these videos help and appreciate those kind words. And that's awesome. I think there is something that everybody can learn from van life, the amazing life lessons that it actually teaches you. It is worth its weight in gold for sure. So keep on trucking and stay after that. Sebastian, I just bought a used 4Runner plus a 14-foot travel trailer after watching your videos, dude. I'm all over this. Sebastian, that is freaking awesome. By the way, what year 4Runner did you get? I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to show you right outside that window. If you see that white 4Runner parked there, that's actually my second vehicle. That's my 4Runner. It stays parked here at the office. I drive it once every few months, but it's a good, reliable vehicle. That's my 4Runner. Anyways, stoked on 4Runners. Stoked that you got yourself a trailer. That's awesome. Mr. Virobot, I logged onto your YouTube, and what do I find? Chad live streaming. What's up, my man? Mr. Virobot, good to see you, dude. Been seeing your comments on the channel here. Always stoked to see you on there. Thanks for being part of the channel, and thanks for being part of the chat. And Sebastian, I want to thank you again for the $20 super chat donation. Definitely stoked on that. So always stoked to see those pop up. Let's see. Tina Bean, great to catch your live chat and cool to see you're still out there. The OG of van life. Oh man, that's crazy to hear actually. Like I have a hard time like believing that myself, but it's cool to hear everybody talking about it. It's pretty crazy to think. If you guys, in fact, here's a suggestion. I don't know how many of you guys actually got to catch that, but a good friend of mine who is also a fellow YouTuber and also a fellow filmmaker, we actually just filmed about an hour and 43-minute podcast that is long form, kind of similar to what these videos are. And Josh sat and interviewed me, and we went all the way back from childhood and got into the nitty gritty of how and why van life happened. And so if you guys are interested in checking out more of my backstory and really getting into the nitty gritty of how that happened, go out and check out the podcast. In fact, I did a video just 2 videos ago, a behind the scenes kind of making of the podcast. And I'll try and post a link to that down below. And I actually found it very, very almost therapeutic to like sit through that podcast interview with Josh and recollect all those memories of everything that it took to get to this point with the filmmaking and the photography and the van life and all that stuff. It was very cool. So I encourage you guys to go check that out. Mr. Virobot, thank you for the super chat donation, $8. Thank you so much. That's awesome that you guys take that to throw that out there. And it's cool. I'm seeing here how it like throws your guys' name up at the top. That's pretty cool. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks for being part of the channel. It's really cool to see all you guys do it. And honestly, it's you guys that really make all this worth it. You know, all the hard work, all the hours that go into creating the video content. It's all your guys' feedback, the comments, interacting with you guys that really pay off for all of that. Because quite honestly, the ad revenue that come in off the videos doesn't even cover a fraction of the amount of time and effort that go into actually creating these videos. So the donations that you guys are like throwing out in this chat, like that all like that's I don't even know how to like thank you guys enough for that. That's pretty dang cool. Sebastian, plan to unlink tiny ultralight travel trailer RV, make a site, then go 4x4ing and camp in the truck off-roading. That's awesome. That's totally um, that's totally a great option for having a 4x4 and a trailer. The fact that you can unlink, kind of leave home behind and go hit the trails in the 4x4. That's awesome. I see you got a 2008 SR5. That's awesome. Mine is a 2005 SR5 as well. And great freaking rigs. I love the 4Runner. I wish I had a reason to drive it. Really, the reason I keep it around is just like for that day that I need. If something, God forbid, happens to the van again, that I need that reliable vehicle. If I had financial security, would I purchase a house? You know what? That's interesting. It would have to be down the road. It would have to be way down the road. I'm just like super content in van life right now, and it's working good for me. So I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, with my future with Ann in a van and everything, like I'm sure we'll like do the house life again and whatnot, but van life will be a huge part of it. I don't know. I can't say that it'd be 100% yes on if I would purchase a house. Pixels E-Man, I hope to see another live stream this year. This is technically a Q&A. Yes, it definitely is a Q&A. Let's see. But yes, I would love to do this on a more regular basis. It'd be cool. Yeah, give Chad some thumbs up, people. Yes, definitely hit the like button down below. Share your guys' comments. You know, like one thing that helps the channel tremendously and helps get the videos out is anytime people hit the thumbs up button, they share it, they comment it, that all goes into the algorithms of the videos and pushes those videos out to the masses. That's what makes them go viral. Let's see, action clips. What do you think about Van Cafe emerging with Rocky Mountain Westy? I haven't had too much dealings with them lately. I mean, I guess if it's a good deal that made sense business-wise, then that's pretty awesome. I haven't dealt with them, so I don't know how their customer service has been affected or anything like that. But yeah, Mr. Virobot, I have a couple beers on me, man. Thanks for the time you spend making videos for us. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the donation. That's really awesome. Let's see, working my way down the line here. Map 1086. Do they use salt on the roads in winter where you're at? Causes rust. No. Luckily, they don't use salt here, so we don't have to worry about that so much. Pixel Z-Man, I'll have to go, man. Hope you have a great night and a year. Remember me, and I'm going. Pixel Z-Man, thank you so much for being part of the live feed tonight. Thank you for being part of the channel. Much appreciated. Hope you have a good night. Bryant Laws, dude, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for the donation. And of course, you're welcome for making the videos. I hope they help inspire you guys to do some more van life. And then look who's here. Also, Manny Nito. Hello, Ninja. What's up, Manny, my man? How's life in Albuquerque? So Manny, he just showed up here on the live chat. Him and I and a bunch of other guys, we've been on quite a few film projects. We've got to travel and do some cool, crazy motorcycle projects with some pretty crazy stunt riders. We actually got to go film down in Aruba and do a project for Monster Energy. And Manny works with those guys doing all sorts of stuff down in the Baja recently and all sorts of stuff. So what's up, Manny? Good to see you, Ninja. Sebastian, oh my God, dude. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Sebastian, like, I don't even know how to, like, wow. Sebastian right there with, like, a huge $100 donation. That is, like, I don't even know how to thank you enough. I I don't even know what to do with that. That's freaking unreal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Dang. Let's see. Chris one, I brought an apartment, but sleep in the van again. True. She's the mistress. Yes, that's awesome. Nothing like a little backup. Let's see. What would be my next upgrade to the van? You know what? I've started to have like a little bit of transmission issues going on. Unfortunately, that wouldn't be my number one pick to upgrade my transmission. I think that might actually be more of a necessity than an actual like fun upgrade. So that might be my next upgrade. Other than that, I would say probably a refrigerator. I think it'd be cool to have a refrigerator in the van here, 12-volt one. And I would also like to upgrade my battery system, get some solar into it. Right now, I've been managing it. If I was hitting the road more off grid, then I would definitely have to step up my game when it comes to 12-volt power. Um, let's see. Ninth element, van life. Van life is not homeless. It is home free. Exactly. It's I don't. It's houseless. There's definitely a big difference between being houseless and homeless. That is for sure. But yes, definitely a good point. Because living in a van, my tagline is what. I'm sorry. Where can your home take you? There's not a lot of people that can say their home actually takes them anywhere. Mr. Virobot, they're testing using beet juice blend of some sort on some test spots on your roads in Manitoba. It seems to work. They're saying it and doesn't cause rust. Interesting. Beet juice for ice control. Interesting. Sebastian, again, my God, dude, thank you so much for that. I so much appreciate it. I can't say enough. Like $100 donation, that's like huge. That's pretty amazing. Mr. Virobot, Jesus, Seb dropping the one hundo. That's true. Super stoked on that. Map 1086, thanks for the information tonight. Got to run. Take care and have a great evening. Thank you so much for being part of the live chat tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Sebastian, videos are amazing, man. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. You know, and it's honestly with you guys coming on, watching the channel, giving the likes, giving the comments, getting those videos out to the masses. That's what helps bring this content to you guys. Like the more ad revenue that comes in, the more that I can focus on doing the videos and getting them to you guys. So I really appreciate it. Christian, sup from Los Angeles. What's up, Christian in Los Angeles? Stoked to see you. Yes, again, thumbs up for Sebastian. Any issues with the diesel heater? TB Miller 292. My heater in particular, no, I have not had any issues. Knock on wood. Eldad's had some funky sensor go out on his diesel heater. Mine's been good. I've used the heck out of it all winter long. It was running, 249 consecutive nights in the van. And so, yeah, the heater, it held up well for me. It's paid off way, way, way more than its cost of $150 just in the convenience that it's brought me. So, upgrades to include Ann in the van. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Any upgrade to the van could not top having Ann in a van as an upgrade. That is for sure. How do you go toilet in a snowstorm? Plastic bags. Well, if you're referring to number two, then I've luckily I haven't had to actually worry about that. That hasn't been too much of an issue in a snowstorm. I guess, yeah. Worst case scenario, you'd have to go in a bag. I mean, that's the thing is like the subject of where do you go to a bathroom in a van. One of those things for me is adapt and overcome. You just got to get creative on situations. Like if you're not good at figuring out how to adapt to your situation and overcome your situation, then you're going to probably have a little bit of trouble in van life. But if you're creative in how you deal with situations when you come up to situations like how do you go to the bathroom in a snowstorm, if you're creative with that, then you'll be able to, get through that. You'll be able to overcome it. You'd be just fine at van life. So, um, yes, Steve's song, another $15 donation. Love your content, Chad. I've been watching your videos every day before sleep. By the way, how do you solve the Wi-Fi problem? Steve, thank you so much for the $15 donation. That's phenomenal. I really appreciate it. Wi-Fi in a van. Right now, I am hotspotting off of. Oh, just lost my cord, my charger here. I'm hotspotting off of my phone right now. So this live stream is brought to you by Verizon Wireless and being able to hotspot. Most of the time I'm in around town. I'm working at the movie studio. We've got Wi-Fi there. The Emanate Films office studio, which is just right outside here, we've got Wi-Fi there. So out on the road, I hotspot off of the phone. So that's how I deal with that. So Steve Song, again, thank you for the donation. And because of Sebastian dropping the hundo, the donation, I'm going to stay up here until that hundo is like gone. And if you guys notice, there's like a little bar. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing it, but at the top of the chats, there's a little bar that creeps across depending on how much donation is. So I guess I'm here. If Sebastian's dropping the hundo, I'm here until that little bar runs out on that hundo. So I guess that's a good way to keep me here on the live chat. Iggy Pig 1. I hope I pronounced that right. How long can you survive in a snowstorm resource-wise? Well, I think that would depend on how prepared you were. If you knew you were going into a snowstorm and you could come well prepared, the shelter of a van again would be like unreal for being able to have shelter in a snowstorm. And if you had resources packed up inside you and you were smart about it, I would say you could easily do a week. I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, maybe even more. Like you could get really creative. But yeah, that's a good question. I think I could at least do a week for sure, especially if I was prepared. If it was a freak snowstorm and I got stuck and wasn't prepared, well, that might be another thing. But that is one thing that I always try to always keep some sort of like backup resources in my van for something like that. Mr. Virobot, what would you say is your biggest challenge to van life? That's a good question. I would say that's a tough question. Probably like the whole showering thing is a little bit tough. I've been able to again adapt and overcome, and being able to go to the gym on a regular basis and work on staying fit, and also having that as being able to shower, that's been one of the best things. That was once a challenge, and figuring that out, that's made things easier. So that was overcoming a challenge. Other than that, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people say, oh, well, you should be more true to van life and you should tell us what sucks about it. And I mean, to be honest with you, I don't feel like a lot about van life actually sucks. Yeah, it's a small space, but it's all right. I've figured out how to make it work on a minimal basis. So definitely showering. And but like I said, overcame that with the gym membership. So VW Girl, sorry if I missed you on this one. Gotta go. Thank you so much, Chad. Um, I bought a Happy Buy heater because of you. Keep up the great work and keep the great ideas coming. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. VW Girl, thanks for being part of the chat. Hope I was able to answer some questions for you. Sorry, moving along here. What is it with some dudes and the bog? Chris one, not quite sure what you mean by that. Maybe that's some UK terminology there. You'll have to drop a comment and explain that a little bit more. Plans down, had transmission slipping problems, went to German Transaxle of America, Bend, Oregon. Great job. Yes, plans down. That's what's happening right now. I've got slipping in my transmission. The transmission that's currently in my van is actually from German Transaxle of America that was installed back in 2014. I'm not sure why I'm having the slipping, but unfortunately it's happening. I do need to call them and see if they have some advice. Manny Nito, I like this. I feel as if I'm having to wait like in school or waiting for the president to get to my question. That's great. Shoot, did I miss one of your questions, Manny? Where is Eldad? Manny asked where is Eldad. I think Eldad's at home chilling with his wife and his kid, enjoying some family time. That's probably where Eldad is right now. Let's see. So wait, if we keep dropping hundos, you will not sleep tonight? You know what? If you guys keep dropping hundos, then yeah, I'll just pull all-nighter until all those little bars are like all those little bars are gone at the top. Shoot, that's good stuff. Funny if people keep you up all night. Yeah, totally, right? I mean, heck, why not? Why not? Probably what I won't do though is dollar bills, y'all. Make it rain, people. Is my transmission stock, Nicholas Lure, or do you have a limited slip differential? If not, what will you upgrade in the future? My transmission, it's stock in the sense that it's basic build. When German Transaxle built this particular transmission for me, they did build it with Audi turbo insides because I have the Subaru power, so that was supposed to upgrade the strength a little bit. Other than that, it's just stock for me. Let's see. We know you were blazed that night in the snowstorm with the other two lads. No, actually, I wasn't. I don't do much of that stuff. I'm not opposed to it by any means, but I don't know. Not like most van people. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. It puts me in a bad spot that I don't like to be. So I don't mind partaking in it in like certain occasions, but certainly not against it. Just like doesn't work for me. Do you know the Earth is not a spinning ball? That's from Steve. That's a good question. I don't know that actually. Ninth element van life. When you met Anne and told her that you live in a van, what was her response? Does she want to live in your van full time? That's an awesome question. And yes, actually, within an hour, I bet, of meeting Anne, when we were out in Adelaide, which is in South Australia, within an hour of meeting Anne, we had discussion of my story and my backstory of living in my van and why I live in my van. And quite honestly, it was those moments of having those discussions and sitting and talking about life that really like spurred on those first moments of our relationship. And that's kind of when like lightning struck, because there again, like I've always tried to preach on my YouTube channel, that I'm not living in my van because I'm a pathetic loser and I can't afford anything else. That I've really like stepped into van life to chase a dream and chase a passion that I want to do, and that it's for a bigger reason, not just because I'm lazy and don't have anything else to do. So I I've never been afraid of like mentioning that when it comes to meeting people and stuff like that, because it's something that I'm proud of doing, and it's something that not a lot of people, um, you know, can say. So I feel proud of it. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Chris one, love those Simplify t-shirts years ago. You could start a successful brand as long as you don't rip holes in them. True, true. And yes, um, by the way, absolutely, there is ideas coming for t-shirts. I definitely want to work on setting up a clothing brand based on living the van life, because of people like you guys wanting more of that type of stuff. Sorry, I'm reading other comments. I'm getting distracted by other comments on here. So yes, I would love to do more clothing stuff for living the van life. That will be coming. Sebastian, guys, send more donations so he can fix his van. I really appreciate the donations, guys, but I didn't expect you guys to fix my van for me. um, Jason Dunlap, Jason, with another $20 donation. Thank you, Jason. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys. This is like amazing. I don't get on and do these live feeds so that you guys can like drop donations, but it's pretty amazing to see the support coming through. I really appreciate it. Chris one, Bog, English, Dunny, Australian, American, toilet, tomato, tomato. Yes, got you. The dudes in the bog, the toilet. Like, people are always so concerned of like, well, how do you go to the bathroom? Like, that's like people's um, number one concern of how to do it, and it's probably the easiest thing to overcome. There's definitely bigger challenges of van life other than figuring out where to go to the bathroom. Dude, a meet and greet would be amazing. You have inspired my. Oh my gosh, there's more donations. I can't even keep up with this stuff, guys. Sorry if I miss your comments. Um, some of these are crazy. Steve. Steve with a donation of $1.99. Thank you so much. Research Freemasonry and flat Earth. Interesting. It's something that I haven't got into like discussing much and figuring out, but that is interesting for sure. Um, Tomas, is it Tomas or Thomas? Any more work with Travax? Travax, yes, they are on board as a sponsor for the channel. And sorry, I need to get some water. This is a lot of talking, keeping up with these comments. And now that Sebastian is like dropping the big donations, and Jason and Steve and all these guys dropping their donations, I'm in it for the long haul here. And I'm getting an arm workout. Any more work with Travax? Yes, they are a sponsor of the channel. I need to be doing some more videos about them and promoting the custom Live in the Van Life wallets, the Ascent wallet. There'll be a custom one coming out. I need to do some video content on that so that we can put that into motion. Let's see. And another donation of $1.99. Future Shocker 16. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the solid content. It helps me at work. I'm super stoked to be able to help you at work, buddy. Really appreciate that. Ninth Element Van Life. Thanks for making living in a van look normal and very inspirational. Well, like, I don't feel like I sugarcoat it. I get a comment every once in a while when people talk about like, oh, like, you need to be real and you need to speak the truth about van life. Well, I don't sugarcoat it. Like, maybe other people do, and I know there's a lot of people that just travel in their van all day, and their biggest thing to worry about is doing their laundry and taking out their garbage and cleaning up their van. Like, I've seen some of those, and it's like, dang, like, that sounds pretty glorious, but I don't feel like I sugarcoat it. So it is my honest opinion that I speak here on my channel. Hopefully that helps. Bryant Laws, gotta run. Keep it up. Thanks again for the video, Bryant. Thanks for the donation. Much appreciated. That's very awesome. Let's see. Montel, you are a very positive person and have a good personality. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thanks for the kind words. Hank Amarillo, what up, Chad? Still ride motorcycles? Absolutely, still ride motorcycles. Motorcycles is like my life, and that's actually a lot of what we talked about in the podcast that we did um, with Josh. I don't know if you guys have checked it out. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. The podcast over on Joshua Gray channel that goes way back into the history of where it all started for me, even as a little kid. And motorcycles has been a huge part of that. So yes, I still ride motorcycles. I actually have a 2018 YZ250, which is a straight up motocross bike, and it is. Sorry, I need to mute this. And it is street legal, so I get to ride it on the street. So that's cool. Geez, I just see here. Ninth Element Van Life drops $5. Chad's GoFundMe for bring Ann home to the U.S. Yes, that's awesome. They are totally. I got to take a picture of this for Ann. Ann she joined us earlier on the chat, and hold on here. I'm taking a picture of this. I'm going to send this to her. Anyways, Ann joined us earlier to chat it up a little bit in live chat here. But it's in the middle of her workday back home in Australia, so she had to jump back into work. But Ninth Element Van Life, I'm definitely going to send this over to her, and so that she can see that. She'll get a kick out of that. Keep rocking the vids, mate. Props from the desert of Arizona. Oh my gosh. I want to be out in the desert of Arizona. Stoked on that. Let's see. Lazy Waffleman, 2-Smoker YZ. I ride a Supermoto to get my fix. Yes, that's awesome. I've got a set of Supermoto tires and wheels on my YZ250 as well. What are your thoughts on the Eurovan versus the Vanagon? I think both are great platforms. The Eurovan, I don't know much about them mechanically and how reliable they are. It is a newer chassis, newer technology. Perhaps that might be a little more reliable. I don't think the Eurovan necessarily would go the places that I like to go in my Vanagon. So I really appreciate how the Vanagons are built as far as being nimble off-road. Even in my 2-wheel drive Vanagon with the lift kit and the all-terrain tires, I'm able to do a lot of things that most people wouldn't do in their 4-wheel drive SUVs. I don't think that the Eurovan would probably be doing that so much. So, Andrew, hello from Ontario, Canada. What's up? Steve, everything we're told is lies, and they use it to manipulate our reality. That's interesting. I'm always interested in those like conspiracy theories like that. Or, well, I know some people believe it, or so, but yeah, I find that stuff interesting. Tomas, I don't know if it's Tomas or Thomas. Just got done with fireworks up in North Wisconsin on Lake Michigan. That's awesome. Nicholas Lure, will you be attending Descend on Bend? That is a good question. I really would like to. There was something going on during Descend on Bend. My goal is to, yes. I definitely would like to make it to Descend on Bend. We went to like the second annual Descend on Bend. It was pretty cool. Strangest thing that you've ever seen while living the van life? Oh, man. I don't have any crazy stories about living the van life and crazy things that I've seen. I get that asked a lot, like if I've seen Bigfoot and stuff like that. I haven't. So, I'm trying to think. It's been pretty tame. the biggest adventures that I've had has probably been out in like Moab, being able to go out into the desert and have like everything you need to survive in one vehicle, but be like way out in the middle of the desert. Sorry, that's probably noisy and annoying. It's getting dark in here, guys. I'm gonna turn on some lights. Hopefully that helps. I'll open the door when the weed eater stops or the leaf blower. Let's see. Chris won, and so many thanks for sharing your great life choices. Really inspirational. Seriously, Chad. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Definitely happy to be able to have shared that with you guys here on the channel. That's what it's all about. So I'm gonna try. I'm not sure if my try cleaning off my screen here. I'm not sure if that's dirty or not. Ooh, man, we're about halfway through. Not even halfway through Sebastian's $100 donation to the channel here, and I told him, I was like, okay, as long as his donation's up there at the top and that bar's creeping across, I'm gonna stay live. I originally said that I was gonna be on here until 8 o'clock, and we're like 50 minutes past it. But as long as there's a donation up there, I told you guys I'd stay in here and chat with you guys. So let's see. How do I stay cool in the summertime? I don't have any special methods for staying cool in the van besides trying to plan on parking in the shade. That's probably one of the biggest things, especially in the morning time. If you want to plan on having a bit of a sleep in the morning and you don't want to get roasted out of your van by the sun beating down, you need to think about where the sun's going to rise and see if you can park yourself in the shade. In the summertime, the sun rises here in Washington about 5 a.m. And it doesn't take long for that sun beating down on the van to actually roast you out of the van sometimes by 6:30, 7 o'clock. And a lot of times when I've been working late on van life content and I want to sleep in till like 8:30, and the sun is roasting me out, that's where I like learn to start parking on somewhere that's going to be in the shade. So let's see here. Sebastian says, dude, if you need to work in the morning, go ahead, man. Sleep. No, it's all good. It's still early. I love hanging out with you guys anyway, so it's cool. No big deal. Let's see. Fat Panda, can you tell us about your kids a bit? How many do you have and how old are they? Did not know you were a dad. Yes, that is true. I am a dad. I have two boys that are 16 and 12, Jaden and Trenton, and they spend most of their time with their mom. They live about 3 hours south of here. Their mom and I split back in 2007, 2006, 2007. And so, yeah, they are getting big, growing up fast. Jaden is driving. He's got his driver's license, and he's actually up here for the summertime, working locally, so I get to spend more time with him up here. And for the majority of their younger years, all the way within the last year and a half, we had visitation of every other weekend. I would have the kids up here for the weekend. And with my schedule getting crazy busy with the film and traveling a lot, and with them getting older and getting into sports and other events, then of course their schedule gets busier, and so we've fallen off the every other weekend schedule, but still try to get together with them and have them up and spend time with them as much as possible. So that's some insight onto my kids. Hopefully that answers your questions. Weaslock, where do I get my Wi-Fi? If I'm out on the road, then I tether. Let's see. Hold on here. Oh, sorry. Had a message here. Actually, from Jaden, my oldest son. Anyways, when I'm on the road, I tether with my iPhone. I do the hotspot. In town, I've got Wi-Fi at the Emanate Films office, and I've got Wi-Fi at the movie studio where we do the editing for our feature-length documentary. Let's see. Brian Sorensen, to stay cool in the summertime, my dog Gerald and I have a water drip into a fan to cool us down. That's interesting. That'd be pretty cool. Luckily, here in Washington, it doesn't get super hot. The only time it would get like scorching hot and uncomfortable is if I was parked in the sun and had to keep my window shut. Then it would get hot. So up here in Washington, I'm lucky I don't have to deal with a lot of that. But I do understand that you guys probably do have to deal with a lot of that type of stuff in other parts of the country. And definitely much respect to you guys that deal with that. I actually find it a lot easier to stay warm in the wintertime with a heater than it does staying cool in the summertime. Chris one, do I know when I'm going to visit the UK again? That's a good question. Kind of with the things that we do and how we do it. If we're doing a job for a client or a film festival, sometimes those things just like come up last minute. Next thing we know, we're like getting booked for that. So I don't have anything planned right now, but would definitely be stoked to hit you up and let you know if we make it over there to the UK. That'd be awesome. Jonathan Zapata, what's the miles per gallon in your van? My van depends. Around town, it's not that great. I've got oversized tires, and I get about 13 to 14 miles to the gallon around town. Out on the open road, I can get 16 to 17 if I'm lucky. Let's see. Elvan Ranger, do you have a release date for your film? Is it something that will be released at a place like Sundance or some other type of venue festival? That's a very good question. For those of you guys that don't know, I've been working on a feature-length documentary about motorcycle land speed racing. There's a team of 4 of us producers that are working on it pretty much full time. We've had other film crews come on board and help us with it. Anyways, we don't have a release date at this moment. Well, right now we are working through post-production and editing, trying to get a rough cut done. With the rough cut, we go and we shop it to distributors, hopefully make a sale of the film. And then at that point, we'll have more of a release date. And yes, it would be cool if it released at Sundance. Definitely it will make its run through film festivals and stuff like that. Our last film, which was Out of Nothing, it made a run through the film festival circuit. It did several different film festivals all around the world, won a bunch of different awards. So would love to have that experience again with this future film. This film that we're working on right now is called Rockets and Titans. If you guys are interested in checking out more of that on YouTube here, there is a YouTube channel called Rockets and Titans Movie. Also, we've got social media at Instagram. It's at Rockets and Titans. Facebook, Rockets and Titans as well. And so, yeah, we actually just last week released our first 60-second teaser, which is actually the first content that we've released to the public for this film. So yeah, you guys can go check out the social media. It's on that. Would be stoked to have your guys' support on that. Everybody's always wondering what I do beyond van life, and now we've got a bit of a teaser to be able to share with you guys. So you guys should definitely go check it out. Let's see. How long have you had your Vanagon? I got my Vanagon. I found it on Craigslist, and I bought it back in October of 2010. So that is going on 9 years, just about. Chris one, worth mentioning that Van Cafe app. It's fantastic for Vanagon owners. Cool. Van Cafe, which is a awesome parts supplier for Vanagons. I actually know those guys over there. Ralph's good guy. He's helped us with a lot of Vanagon parts. Sounds like they've got a van cafe app, which is cool. Bear bait, are you able to eat waffles in your van? Well, hell yeah, I'm able to eat waffles in my van. That sounds good. Jaden, yo, what's up? Jaden's up in the house. What's up, dude? How are you? Cool to see you here on the live chat. Welcome aboard. Everybody was just asking about you guys. What's up with Jaden and Trenton? Do you think VW van is reliable? Any chance to visit South America? Cheers from Chile. Um, Volkswagen Vanagons are reliable. Yes, indeed, they are. If you maintain them and keep up on the maintenance, but as with any older vehicle, it definitely does take maintenance to keep up on it. So definitely stoked to see Jaden up here, guys. Jaden, you guys were just asking about my kids. Jaden, he just showed up here on the live chat. Everybody say what up to Jaden. He's always been a big supporter of the Living the Van Life YouTube channel. Sunny, Utopian Soul. I just watched the trailer. Looks awesome. Thank you so much for watching the trailer. That's cool. Stoked you enjoyed it. Do you see a lot of Priuses in the snow up in the high country? I don't know. I can't recall seeing an exceptional amount of Priuses, but I'm sure they're definitely up there. Speed says, bro, where have you been? Gosh, I had to take a month and a half, 2 months, maybe close to 3 months, and focus on working on the film. And doing the Living the Van Life YouTube channel is a full-time gig to keep up with the content. It takes a lot of time to film the videos. It takes a lot of time to edit the videos and then maintain the comments. And it's a full-time job. And I've also got the feature-length documentary that we've been working on. I just talked about that. So trying to juggle everything, it becomes a handful. And I had to dial in and focus on the documentary for a little bit. And so yeah, that's where I was working on that. Any plans for LTVL merchandise? Yes, and yes, absolutely. That is another wheel that we are trying to get spinning, is some Living the Van Life merchandise that will be coming. We're working on the details for that, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Tina A, what up from Malibu, California? You ever come to the West Coast? I live on the West Coast. I live up in Pacific Northwest on the West Coast. So yes, I definitely do. Ever explore Central Washington, like White Pass or Yakima, Natchez area? I have been over White Pass. Well, actually, I guess it was Chinook Pass that we ended up going over. I haven't taken any time to go out with the van and actually explore that, but yes, definitely do. Ninth Element Van Life is all about it. Send Chad some money. We need to get Ann back over to the U.S. That's too funny. Let's see. Ann in a van. She replied back to that. Ann says, nah, shit, that makes my heart full to see people are wanting to raise money to get Ann in a van back home to the U.S. Am I into Bitcoin? I have not done any Bitcoin. I'm not too familiar with Bitcoin and how that works, but yeah. Sebastian, oh yeah, I want to buy a t-shirt. Definitely working on that, and would definitely like to get those in progress, get those wheels turning on that. Chris one. Oh yeah, have you ever thought of running a van life and filming boot camp? I'd fly out for that one. That'd be awesome. Like a boot camp on how to film van life stuff. That'd be pretty fun. We could just like go out and film a bunch of van life videos and get a behind the scenes look of it. That'd be pretty funny. Have I ever gotten any traffic tickets in the van again? Just parking tickets if I forget to like move it from a parking spot that's got a time limit or something, but not any speeding tickets, I don't think. So knock on wood. Never seen a Sasquatch road running. Definitely have not. uh, Ninth Element Van Life says, "Don't worry, Chad. I still love your channel as you, but the addition of Anne was fantastic. You know, she like when we were planning her trip over here to the U.S. I was telling her, I was like, hey, we're gonna get you on the channel. Like, we're gonna get you on camera. She's like, oh no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. She was being all shy about it, and I knew that she would just be a huge hit on van life, and so I kind of pushed her into that one. I showed up at the airport. If you guys have probably seen that video, which is my first day in a van video, I showed up to the airport with the camera, and she was totally camera shy. But I tell you what, it didn't take long for her to warm up to it. A little bit of vodka drinks sure helps. It goes a long way in getting her warmed up to the camera as well. So, Bitcoin, yeah, that's interesting. I haven't spent much time looking into that. It's interesting though. Where did Jaden go? Jaden, are you still on here? Saw your one comment. Are you hiding out watching? Have I been to Ontario, Canada? No, I have not been to Ontario, Canada, unfortunately. It'd be cool to get out there though. Train's going by again. Well, we officially started this chat, this live stream 2 hours ago. Been going nonstop. Thank you all for joining the live chat. It's been super fun. I'd like to try and make this more of a regular thing for you guys to be able to interact. It definitely helps the interaction on videos. Yes, Jaden says July 4th special video. We totally should do a video. Living the van life, watching fireworks. So tomorrow for 4th of July, Jaden and I are joining my parents for a 4th of July celebration at one of the small towns up here in the Pacific Northwest. So going to be spending the day with those guys tomorrow. Let's see. Yes, Anne and Van definitely has a future in YouTube. I think it would be an amazing channel for her and I to be able to go full time in a van for a year or longer, and I think it could be pretty phenomenal if we could make that happen. That's kind of like life goals that we talk about all the time. Braulio, where you hold up tonight? I am in downtown Bellingham, which is my hometown, parked here in a urban stealth camp location, hanging out. In fact, now that the train's gone, open up this door here. Sebastian asks, what's your favorite vodka? That's a good question. I don't drink a ton of vodka. I would say probably Tito's. Tito's is a good like neutral vodka. I really like vodka and soda with lime or Moscow Mules, stuff like that. Ronch182 just dropped in. Where are you currently? I'm up here in the Pacific Northwest, up in Washington. Sebastian, I'm in Ontario, Canada, but I visit Kelowna to see my dad. That's cool. I haven't been specifically to Kelowna. I've been south of there, I've been west of there, I've been north of there, but not specifically to Kelowna. But I hear it's awesome. Chris One, Anne's a gym, definitely a keeper. The Sheila took to van life like a duck to water. Yep, that she definitely did. She is definitely a gym and definitely a keeper for sure. Let's see. Thomas says you should go out more often with your friend and their Vanagon. Vanagons, love love them when you start drinking. Yeah, that is the plan. Honestly, like the last 3 or 4 videos that I've done have been more focused on just trying to get the channel started back up, dropping some content that we can create. But the long-term goal for content here on the Living the Van Life channel is to do more adventure videos, definitely more winter camping videos. The last few videos that we've dropped haven't had a huge success. Trying to get things cranked back up after being absent from the channel for a couple months. But definitely want to be doing more adventure videos, stuff like what you guys saw with the backcountry camping in Canada video. That was a recent one where we went camping up in the backcountry. Something that's more cinematic, stuff like that. So that's the goal, and more with other people. I've actually got a van tour video coming out with a friend that's got another van again. Just trying something a little bit new, seeing if that's something that goes well on the channel, of some van tours of other people that are doing van stuff, and just trying to bring some variety to it. So, Alvin Ranger. So you also have an AC setup for the hot summers, and no, I don't have an AC setup for the van in hot summers. Luckily up here in Washington, it doesn't get too hot, so it's not too hard to tough it out. Mr. Virobot, I'm from Manitoba, but have an aunt and uncle in Creston, BC. It's deadly beautiful on that side of the U.S. Canada. Yes, British Columbia is definitely beautiful, and have been lucky enough to have BC just a matter of 15 minutes right across the border, and be able to go up and explore that territory. And it's been cool for me to go up there and make some videos and discover some of that territory. It's like a whole different world up there. Tina Bean says, yes, van tours would be cool. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. I got one coming that will probably drop next week for that. Sebastian, did you go to school for producing, directing, editing? I went to the school of hard knocks when it comes to producing, directing, and editing. I guess what I mean by that is it's all self-taught. It started out as a hobby. And when you discover a passion for a hobby, then you find yourself wanting to self-educate and learn everything you can about that hobby and perfecting your craft. And that's what it's all been for me. It's been a lot of trial and error and just diving into it, focusing on it, and self-taught. So the school of hard knocks on that one, that's for sure. And I think it's one of those things, there's only so much that a school education can teach you about that stuff, and the rest you have to self-educate. You have to perfect your craft. You have to develop your style and develop your feel for it. So Brian Wilson, what was the goal with Adventures Unknown? Will there be new content? Brian, that's a great question. Let me talk about how Adventures Unknown started. I started this van channel to be able to bring you guys content of myself living in a van as I chase my dream to become a professional photographer, to become a professional filmmaker. And that was the original purpose of the Van Life channel. And at a time where I started actually achieving those goals and those dreams, found myself with the opportunity to be able to travel over to Europe and work for big companies like Triumph Motorcycles and Harley Davidson, and go on these cool adventures. It didn't so much have anything to do with living in a van, but it was hopefully a look into what was beyond van life. And having made the sacrifice to live in my van, this is actually what it earned me. And so I wanted to start creating video content that showed you guys a behind the scene look of what living in a van had earned me. And so I started posting up some travel content about that stuff. and it didn't go over so hot on the van channel because people were there on the van channel to get van content. And we actually noticed a lot of people leaving, a lot of subscribers leaving because of these travel videos. So what Adventures Unknown essentially became was kind of an offshoot of van life, so that we could bring you guys the content of what we had earned and the adventures that living in a van had afforded me. And so that's where Adventures Unknown started. Will there be new content? Yes, I would love to. Van life has been a full-time job, especially with the channel growing to, you know, the 80,000 subscribers. It's a full-time job to keep up with that. And the same would be for Adventures Unknown. I've been encouraging Eldad to take over that channel and start creating more content. So hopefully, yes, Adventures Unknown. If any of you guys haven't like heard of that, then you guys should definitely check that out. And it's more content of us just doing wild and crazy travel stuff. And it's a little bit different look into video content that Eldad and I have created together as we're out doing our crazy adventures. Okay. Sorry, hopefully that answers some questions there for you guys. Bill Trump, can we have a soup kitchen in the van? I can get dirty, Mike and the boys. Can't say that I'm 100% familiar with what you're talking about there, Bill Trump. Good morning from Finland. Good morning to you from the United States over there in Finland. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Glad to hear you on the channel here. There is Gary from Bug Out Vehicles. Stop by on the live chat to say hello. Gary from Bug Out Vehicles, good to hear you, man, here on the live chat. Super stoked. I got to take a moment and explain. If you guys see Bug Out Vehicles just commented here on the channel. And back in 2011, when the idea popped into my head about living in my van, my first initial thought was, I can't live in my van. Like, who does that? You don't do that. And within like the first 30 seconds of that idea popping into my head, I went to YouTube and I typed in living in a van. And at the time, there was one or two, maybe three people that had created any sort of content about living in my van or living in their van. And probably, if it wasn't the first, it was at least the second video that I watched in that moment about living in a van. That first or second video would have been from Gary at Bug Out Vehicles. So I was telling Gary today, I left a comment on one of his videos that his video was responsible for convincing me that it was actually possible to live in a van. And that's Gary, Bug Out Vehicles. You guys should go check out his content. It's awesome content. And like I said, I can honestly say Gary is probably one of the first guys, definitely the first guys, to convince me that it was possible to live in a van. So cool little backstory there. Sorry, Gary, I had to call you out on that one for the inspiration. Appreciate it. Sebastian, so jealous in Canada. Any VW camper van is $10,000 with original engine and requires work. You have already put a proper engine in. In the US, you have a lot of access to good prices and inventory. Yeah, I mean, it's if it's any sort of camper van already, it's hard to find them for under 15,000 here in the States. So definitely going up there in price. I'm still stoked to see Gary from Bug Out Vehicles here on the live chat. That's all of a sudden that comes full circle. The guy who convinced me it was possible to live in his van. I'd be stoked. Every once in a while, I go and I look for that original video. And in fact, one of the comments that I left on Gary's videos that he posted in the last few days was encouraging him to perhaps post up one of his original van videos. It'd be cool to go and watch it because that's what started it all here. So let's see. Moving to Washington at the end of the year. Have any suggestions to live near Seattle? Gosh, there's tons of great spots to live in and around Seattle. So I can't think of any specific suggestions. Check out north of Seattle, up here in the far northwest. Bellingham's a cool area. Definitely, you get the best of both worlds. You're close to Seattle, but not having to live in Seattle. So, what takes your videos to next level is you made it cool and possible in a van. You. Thanks, Sebastian. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate the kind words. That's awesome to hear. That's all. I've just tried to be real and like bring you the content, and that's exactly what Gary did back in the day. That's what convinced me of it. So I've just tried to pass that along in some sort of that kind of fashion and just try to be as real as possible with you guys. Boy, Sebastian was responsible for this big $100 donation that is sitting at the top of the feed right now, and it is like just about out. And I told Sebastian I would stay here on the live feed and keep answering questions until that donation ran out. But as soon as that's out, I'm going to sign off of here, guys, and go get some food. But it's been awesome sitting and chatting with you guys through this live feed. It's always cool to hear everybody's feedback and have that interaction with everybody. Something that is definitely unique. You don't get to do that kind of stuff just in the comments on the videos, for sure. How about anybody else out there? Anybody else out there got any questions for me before we sign out of here on Van Life? Mr. Virobot, thanks, man. Have a good night, Chad. I've got to hit the hay. Cool stream. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for being part of it. Thank you for your donation as well. Everybody totally surprised me on that one. I certainly wasn't expecting any donations, so that was cool to see. All of that helps survival here in the van. It helps be able to continue bringing more content to you guys. So you guys are definitely contributing. My van life, Olympic Wave recommend. I've only seen the Olympic Wave once or twice. They definitely seem to be pretty cool. The one thing is, in a small area, they do put out moisture into the air, so that would be one thing that I would be concerned with, which is something that I dealt with on my Mr. Buddy heater, which was also propane. It put out an enormous amount of moisture into the air, so beware of that, even on the Olympic Wave. Jesse Harper, over and out. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being part of it. Thanks for being part of the chat tonight. Brian Wilson, thanks for the great content. Appreciate the answer regarding Adventures Unknown. That's awesome. Hopefully that helps. Ever driven van to the East Coast? I have not driven to the East Coast. That would be cool, though. I'd love to do that. I'd love to hit like all 50 states. That would be pretty cool. Ninth Element van life. Have I ever been to Silver Star Mountain in BC? No, I have not. And I'm trying to think. Silver Mountain. I've been to I haven't been to it. I've driven by it. Silver Mountain, I believe, which is in Idaho. But no, not Silver Star up in BC. May have driven by it unknowingly, but Mike, thanks for the info and love the videos, by the way, man. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Leonard Berry, van life theme song coming soon. That'd be cool. I haven't put any thought into that. I haven't really done like any of the what are the like pre-rolls or anything like that for my channel. I've just always kept my line of like, what's up, guys? This is Chad with Living the Van Life. Gary over at Bug Out Vehicles, take care, old friend. Someday I will see you out there for a van adventure. Let's definitely do that, Gary. It'd be awesome to meet up and shake your hand. Definitely very thankful for the inspiration that you brought me over these years, and thanks for being an inspiration that started this van channel. And I'm sure everybody else out there that's watching this channel and my videos, thank you as well. So peace out and keep on trucking there, Gary. Take care. Talk to you soon. Tim Morrow, good talk tonight, bro. Enjoy your videos. Maybe we'll write you a theme song. Yes, that'd be awesome. That'd be cool. Brent and Silver Stars and Vernon. That might be. Oh, it is above Vernon and the Okanagan. Check it out for your next winter adventures, dude. That's a great idea. Gary, thanks, buddy. Take care. Looking forward to more videos. Billy Carroll, ever been to Long Island? By the way, I love the videos. Always watch them when you get off my shift. That's awesome. Thanks for stopping in on the live chat tonight, Billy. All right, guys, I think I'm going to officially sign out of here tonight. Thank you so much for being part of the channel. If you guys like this video, make sure and hit the like button down below and comment like all these comments up here in the live chat. That's been awesome. The donations, like I cannot thank you, Sebastian, for the big donations. Everybody else, Mr. Virobot, Jason Dunlap, everybody. If I forgot your name, Jaden, what's up? Peace out. I'll talk to you soon after the chat's done. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for everything. Make sure and leave your comment. Perfect time in that train. Come in right as we're signing out. All right, guys. Thanks much. Peace out. Keep on trucking.